Hello, everybody. This is the most amazing day of our lives, of mine anyway. This is a day when so many people from across the country who called me and said, ma'am, we passed net because of your videos and material. And I told them, no, you passed because of your hard work. They are all here. At least a lot of them are here. We have over 100 and more students who have passed NET and JRF this time. It is an amazing achievement. And today, we have also with us a special guest, Dr. Smita Singh from Nalanda University. I have had the good fortune to have Dr. Smita also in a group like this some years ago. So many people who are now holding illustrious positions in various universities, they have, somehow held me responsible, at least partly, for their achievements. I don't know what khush kismat, what good fortune this is. I have just been an ordinary teacher helping students in whatever small way I can. They have done amazing hard work and they have got great achievements in life. It is my greatest pleasure to be able to honor them here and felicitate them and wish them all the best. There are so many of you waiting in YouTube for the same opportunity to pass NET and JRF and embark on your careers as assistant professors and professors. And as I always say, heads of departments and vice chancellors and whatnot. It is everybody's turn that is coming in the future. We are doing a lot of hard work, all of us, and it's going to be your turn very, very soon. So this is like a big moment for us where we are laying the foundations of everybody's career here in a way. With that prediction, I invite Reshma, the academic head of the academics at TESS, to kindly speak to the audience and welcome everyone. Reshma.
Hello everyone, good evening. I'm Reshma Rajan, academic head of Balance Test. And today we are having this very proud moment. 100 plus NET and NET JRF students of our students are here. We are honoring them. There are almost 19 NET and JRF students we have, and almost 80 plus NET people. So in this auspicious occasion, we are having a very special guest. That is Dr. Smita ma'am. Dr. Smita Singh is a student at TESS of almost 5 years back. And now she is a faculty in Nalanda University. And she was awarded a Fulbright Fellowship as FLTA at the University of Kansas, USA. So she was also a student of EFLU, and she has received her PhD from Patna University. She is an expert in gender studies, and she is now working on her book, which is Fasting Girls, Fiction, Sexuality, and Modernity. So such an inspiring career indeed, ma'am. So I welcome you to this auspicious occasion.
Thank you, Reshma. Thank you so much.
Now to our founder and CEO, our constant inspiration, without whom we won't be gathering here. So she is our backbone and everything. So Kalyani ma'am, I welcome you. You have inspired millions. You have, I would say, millions. You are going to inspire millions. And you have set a path for us. You have set many people's career Smita ma'am is an example. We are so proud to be your students as well, ma'am. So I welcome you to this function, to this proud moment of yours. Your students are passing with flying colors, and welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you, Reshma. Please don't make me cry right at the beginning.
Many stories are coming up. They are sure to make you cry. Now, towards the stars of this evening, we are honoring our very own students who have passed NET with JRF also. So you guys are an inspiration and motivation to many. You are helping us to understand how important and how we can pursue our careers, reach our goals. So many in the YouTube are waiting to hear your stories, your strategies. I welcome all of you to this function. And now, towards our test team, there are so many people working behind this, working for students, working for this meeting as well. All our test office team, including Sudeep sir, Setu, Ritik, Swale, everyone, Siddharth, there is Anjali and Adarsh also. So I welcome you everyone to this meeting. This is a proud moment for all of us. It is indeed our success as well. I welcome you all. Now, I welcome, there is our test reading club member and coordinator, Medhavi, joining us. She'll also speak in the end. I welcome Medhavi to this function as well. And last, not the least, those who are listening to us from YouTube, all our students who are eagerly waiting to hear the success stories, the strategies, everything. I welcome you all to this function. And now I am handing over the podium to ma'am. She will talk to us. Kalyani ma'am, please.
Thank you very much, Reshma. Guys, everybody who is here is either somebody who has written the exam NET or somebody who is preparing for it. We all know that national eligibility tests is a very major goal, or it has been for all of us. Preparing for NET and passing it was a dream, or is still a dream. And it was like the most important challenge in our life. For some of you, it still is. I want you to realize that national eligibility test is not an impossible exam to pass. It is not even a difficult exam if you have the foundations clear, if you do consistent hard work. What you need is a thorough understanding of the periods and authors and works deeply, so that you get to analyze and you get to cross-connect. In the exam hall, you don't get flustered and you don't forget everything. With a calm mind, you should be able to just think and realize, oh, this is the answer. So simple, so easy. Like that, it is possible if you study all the major authors and works clearly. Now, that takes time. Actually, that is the only challenge. It takes time. You need months and perhaps years to overcome this hurdle. But already the material is there. I'm not only talking about our encyclopedia and materials. We are living in the internet age. Even if you do not have any book from Bodhitri or Valetsas, it doesn't matter. That is not what I mean at all. If you have the mind set to think of the portions in a very structured manner, if you're ready to do self-learning and research, books are there around us, free material is there around us, internet is there, and so much guidance is there in the form of YouTube channels, guidebooks and materials. Everything is ready. Of course, you have our books and courses also. Many of you are attending that also. What you need is a concerted, systematic effort, which you are anyway getting from our free videos. I have been inspiring you with your own timetable, with your own efforts. If you prepare for a few months, or if possible, more than a few months, a year, you will lay the foundations of your career in an amazing manner. And like you have many examples before you, so many students I know who have just worked hard and passed. Consistent match. And also revise. Remember to read again so that you get what you've studied. That is very, very important. If you can do that, then the national eligibility test is a breeze. So I will talk more about that after introducing the winners, and they will also speak about it. I will speak less, they will speak more. Dr. Smita will also speak. So today is the day when many of you will get your questions answered, doubts cleared, and I hope this session will be great motivation for you. So thank you very much for joining us. And we look forward, including me, all of us look forward to listening to all of you. Reshma?
Yes, ma'am. Now I welcome our chief guest, Smita ma'am, to felicitate our students.
Good evening, students. Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, Reshma. And thank you so much, Reshma, for this grand welcome. I was really honored. Thank you so much, ma'am, for inviting me. I must say here, I just noted down when you said you had just been an ordinary teacher. It is, even if it is true, ma'am, you're a teacher with super extraordinary and amazing ways of teaching, I must say. So turning all our lives into amazing and we're turning our lives to an amazing academic world and helping us work over there successfully. Where we are all because of you. Thank you so much for always being our whole support system. I should say that. So students, regarding NET, what I would like to tell you here, from my own experience, Kalyani ma'am's academic goals for the students who pursue NTA, NET, JRF in English. See, this, as a teacher, she helps to revamp not only the JRF course and NET course, but also she helps you in advanced English studies in India by propagating a unique methodology of teaching and resource development. This methodology incorporates a lot of postmodern learner-centric practices that are suited to the changing socio-cultural scenario of the digital age, to produce a thoroughly comprehensive set of learning resources essential for the English literature professionals, students who are seeking success in the exam, in the competitive exam. And these resources, I must tell you, would be transdisciplinary in scope. So multimedia in nature, and it will always include the current practices of gaming and cooperative peer learning, to explore the diverse career options of English literature. Please point this statement when I say this, the diverse career options, which means ma'am directs you, teaches you, guides you, not just to become assistant professors or academicians. If you're working hard together with ma'am, believe me, ma'am is also, each time when a student clears NET, it's not just the student's hard work, it's also ma'am's hard work. So with you, ma'am is also working very hard. You just need to be open up. You just need to work hard towards what you want to pursue. Even if it's not assistant professor, she will help you to a very good academic or non-academic also edges of English professionals, the English literature, where English literature people can go and pursue their careers. So that's beyond, that's something I find beyond the traditional choices of school and college level teaching. This would include imparting training, skill enhancement programs to English literature professionals in different sectors, as well as initiating new professionals of interdisciplinary nature with strong social applicability. So ma'am has been teaching NTA, if I'm not wrong, NTA NET for the past more than 20 years by now. So I must say, most of you are aspirants of NET, and congratulations that most of you have cleared successfully the exam. See, we all are students. We all are passionate readers, enthusiasts. But when it comes to passing a national level competitive exam, you just not need a degree, but some carefully crafted strategies to sail well. And that's where you need a teacher. That's where you need a mentor. That's where you need a guide. So in this period of pandemic, when we see most of the learning has successfully gone online, I must say this is simply a revision exercise for ma'am's classes, because she has already been giving online tutorials via YouTube, via Udemy, via several other multimedia technology and internet since very long, and has been contributing to this wonderful transformation of education in her own specific and unique ways. Ma'am, always, I remember from my own experience, from my own classes, she always used to suggest to make a timetable, first pertaining to a detailed discussion on the syllabus, because you can be asked questions on any major author, any major works, the biographies, publishing, the awards, textual details, not only from British literature, but literature of America, Europe, post-colonial countries, including India. There are questions from literary theory, criticism, cultural theory, research methods, linguistics, etc., etc. in paper 2. In paper 1, you have some extra subjects as well. So all this, you see, looks like a vast subject. And you need to be very, very, very systematic. But task like this, it's that when I'm saying this, I'm not making you feel afraid. I'm just saying that tasks like this can also be managed, can still be managed if you have a proper plan and a guide to hold you tight and help you succeed. Because it becomes much easier when you do it along with your friends, when you do it along with your guide, according to a structure. And you must all be very much aware of the very famous proverb, well begun is half done. And this is very true in ma'am's case, because so far as I can see, the syllabus that we studied, I'm sure it has advanced to a lot great extent by now. She has prepared the whole syllabus, putting her own, not just her own reading and all, her own experience, you see, experience of the 20 years, more than 20 years experience and expertise to the best with which she has made the syllabus. What she has done is the rigorous and the thorough research on past question papers. She has identified all the major authors, their works to the past 20 years. In fact, more than that, movements, periods, textual details. So once she teaches in the class, if you do study further on the same topic, on the same subject, you keep on revising, it's easy for you to remember. What is unique about ma'am's classes is ma'am does not only teach you, she helps you remember. And remembering is very important. Remembering, being consistent with 6 months of or 4 months of rigorous preparation is very important. And the unique style that every day she comes up with, I'm pretty sure those who have studied in ma'am's coaching class will know this better. It's very unique. It's hard to forget, I must say. It's hard to, you will have to really try hard to forget what ma'am has taught, because she will not allow you any scope to do that. Every day when you reach the class, she will pick up some questions. She will pick up any one of you asking questions. So you will have to, learn and remember like that. It's not that if you prepare on your own, you cannot do it. But when you prepare it with ma'am, under her, I will not say when you prepare it with any teacher, because I don't know about any teacher. I must say with ma'am, it has always been unique. So when you prepare it with ma'am, under her strong supervision and guidance, you get her experience, you get her knowledge, a part of that as well. And that helps a lot. And her experience, her knowledge, your hard work together will make a great combo. And this journey will always be amazing. You may think there are many people who teach for, preparation of NTA NET. Then why ma'am? That's because with ma'am, you don't only start a preparation, you start a journey into an academic world in your own specific ways, and where ma'am does not leave you alone ever. You just need to, spread high your hands, and she will always hold it tight. So the academic world, you see, is an ocean. At last, I would like to sum up what I wanted to say. It's an ocean, and how much water can you fill from it depends on how big vessel you have. With ma'am's help, I'm sure you all will carry a lot of it. So today you have to have an analytical approach. NET, if you compare NET question papers from the past years to today's NET exam, the approach has changed a lot. Today, we need to have an analytical approach. We need a research-oriented perspective. Only learning, mugging up questions and answers does not do. You need to have a lot to it. And after clearing NET, this research-oriented perspective does not end there. It helps you pursue your research. It helps you figure out the reasons and why and how and what of literature. If not figuring out, at least it will, bring the seed in your mind, and you will keep inquiring about it, researching about it, reading about it. The syllabi from across India could be important. So it's very important that we should be able to identify the main points of a text from a research-oriented perspective, which comes with practice. And I must say, with Kalyani ma'am, I don't have exact words to define the smoothness with which she teaches. So to all of us, to all the students, to all the scholars, what we are today, that's because of ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. And please do not call yourself an ordinary teacher, because what you are, you may ask any student of yours who has cleared exam, who is doing well in his or her career. They will tell you what kind of importance and what kind of place do you hold in our lives, changing it to a lot more unique ways. So that's all from my side, guys. And I would like to wish all the aspirants, future aspirants of NTA NET, a very good luck. And all those students who have cleared NET recently and passed with flying colors, I wish them very, very good luck and congratulations on their success. Wish to see you soon in some great career and doing amazing in your world. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Smita ma'am. That was a motivation to all of us, all those who are watching in YouTube. And your career is a huge inspiration for all those who have passed NET and with us in this meeting. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Now I invite Kalyani ma'am to celebrate our winners. Kalyani ma'am will show us who all have passed, all the students who have passed NET and JRF. Kalyani ma'am, please.
Thank you so much, Smita. It was so touching to listen to you, and I'm sure you have inspired so many people listening to us as well. Your career is an example for all of us, and it's so, so wonderful to see what our students can do with hard work and persistence. Thank you so much, Smita.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Guys, the proudest moment in my life that is coming every year is again here, showing you the names of the wonderful people. And after that, many of them are here. They will speak to us also. हमारे अपने 100+ net JRF winners. There are so many with JRF, and those who are on the way to JRF also. Just take a look at them. The JRF winners first. We have put them in the order of their names, in the alphabetical order. Selin Rachel. I will not be able to read out everybody's names because of the number, the immensity of the achievements that they have got. The number of people are too many. Congratulations to every one of them. Thank you so much for making me proud, and wish you all the very best. You have only begun, like we see Smita doing. We have only begun when you pass net with JRF. It is not only your PhD that is coming up, it is a lot of research papers and presentations and teaching, so many lives that you're going to make, so many countries you'll be traveling to. Smita has got Fulbright scholarship twice. Is it Smita? I remember she has got more than one scholarship. And every time it has been a proud moment for me. Every one of my students achieving. It's not because of me, obviously. Thank you so much. So take this as an opportunity to really start your studying in earnest. Like I have been telling you, keep abreast of all the new areas of research, all the new developments that are happening in our discipline. These names, it is like a procession, you know. Oh, I can see all these people passing in front of me, moving on towards their future. So actually your time has begun now. You have to do a lot of more work, passionately, dedicated to your subject and to your discipline, to your career, to your students. I wish all of you will get students like I have got. Students who make you proud. Students who do their work, achieve their achievements, and then somehow magnanimously make you part of it. This is amazing. See, that is the JRF winners from our side. And then we have the net winners. Once we see the grand, procession of all the amazing people, and only the names are possible now, we will have the time to listen to them. Congratulations to all of you. I wanted to put, the numbers. There are more than 100 altogether. Wow. Out of the 2,000 plus who passed. So as I always tell you in my sessions, I wish you would all do such amazing work that people from the UK, US, Australia, from everywhere, people should come to India on exchange programs so that they can learn from you, so that India will be known as the land of great English literature teachers and students. We can be a new phase of post-colonialism. I want this dream to be fulfilled as well. How we started off somehow learning English, English in India taking a new turn when England comes to India to study literature. As it is, I know one thing, our syllabus is more than anywhere else in the world. You know that for NET, we study almost everything in English literature. The foundation is laid when you clear NET. You just have to, work on it a little more. People from all over the country. This is like wildfire, my God. So happy I am to see even the names. It will be amazing to listen to you also after this. I can imagine the kind of hard work that has gone into your names coming out here, in this list. It is not easy. I can see the days and nights of hard work, how much you must have burned the midnight oil and worked hard, how much stress you might have undergone. It's natural, it's normal. Those who are on the way, those who are listening to us in YouTube, please understand that once you pass, once it's over, then you forget all that trauma. Then it's a new world, a new day, like the song goes. I am reading out every name as I move the slides. But to save everybody's time, I think it is better to let them speak to you than my reading out their names. I recognize all of them also from my classes, from YouTube. I remember their comments. Like I remember all of you. It will all come in the coming years, all your names. I was posting in YouTube in the comments that I can't wait to have all of you here soon. So many struggles. I can't forget the number of times Setu, for example, has contacted me desperately, asking my advice, and how much, each one of you has struggled. Many of you, all of you have your own struggles. Some of you have physical challenges. Some of you have social challenges. Challenges that I know about and probably that I don't know about. But through all of that, like warriors, you have just, gone through all the quagmire that life is, and you have achieved. This is a wonderful beginning. Now you are entitled to teach, and you're eligible to do so much wonderful work. People will sit up and listen to you. You've made your families proud, just as I am proud. You're part of my family too. So many of you who have done a lot of work for us also. Some of you have worked in the encyclopedia and also making questions. Some of you have worked in test reading club. And Zaibunisa being Z is the last name. I have moved over 100 slides now. Thank you so much, all of you. So once again, I am reminding you, what remains now is to start molding your career. Let me just conclude my words and give you the opportunity by speaking a few important things. Your career has to be molded. It doesn't come naturally. Whatever comes your way is not the best of your career. Like again, you can see from Smita's example, you have to seek out scholarships and grants and opportunities. You have to travel abroad. You have to meet people. You have to present papers. You have to publish papers. You have to edit books. Whatever opportunity you get, you should go get yourself ready for it. Seize that opportunity. Make yourself worthy for it. It happens with a lot of work. It is not easy. It happens with more and more and more work. So every year, keep it a target. 2, I want to do these things. I want to present this many papers. I want to publish this many papers. Get yourself international publications also. Get yourself in peer-reviewed journals. Attend. You will be making money through JRF and through the jobs that you get. Save your money. Make sure you have money to go abroad. To build your career, you need to do that. And step by step, this is only the first step. Step by step, you should proceed. The first step, of course, is passing NET and then doing PhD. As I keep on telling you, do not just go to somebody asking for a research topic and do somebody else's research topic. It shouldn't work like that. Take a little time. You have 3 years after JRF, I think. Take at least a few months or 1 year. As if you're preparing for an exam. Read on an area. Read on a whole area. I have introduced 10 areas in the past 1 week in YouTube, 10 p.m. live, as you already know. Choose any important area, read all the theories there, find out primary sources, look at other people's dissertations. Many are available online in Shodhganga as well as international portals. Read other people's dissertations so that you will know how they have framed the topic, how they have framed the research questions, how they are arguing. Preferably read international dissertations. You need experience before you do PhD. Then you will do very good research. If your research is not very good, you will not be able to go abroad or get grants, etc. Once you start your research here, even then, you can still get admission abroad if you want. Keep on trying. Like it is said in the Bible, you have to keep knocking in order for doors to open. You have to go seeking in order to find, to strive, to seek, to find, and not to yield. That should be our motto from now on. The world is so diverse. And wherever you are, I told Smita that you're at the peak of your career already. She has got so many scholarships. She has worked in so many universities already. And she was a student just 5 years ago. Remember, where were you 5 years ago? And now you have to envisage yourself where you will be 5 years from now. Start building that amazing masterpiece of your life, your magnum opus. What is it? Your career. It is your career. It is who you are. You are your magnum opus. Like Paul D told Sede in Beloved, you are the most wonderful thing that happened to you. You don't have to worry. You don't have to get nervous or frustrated. Keep on building your life. I can see you 5 or 10 years from now in an amazing, wonderful career. So with that, with all my best wishes to each and every one of you, I want to announce also that from the day the results came, I have been working day and night to produce some things that will be my gift to my wonderful students who have cleared NET. I have already put together a book that I can release on this occasion. It's a small book, but another big book will come. This is that book. The book of chronology. You know that 50% of this already I have given you as 10 p.m. live PDF. But we have added more to it. We have added more questions. And this book will be in your hands very soon. It's not yet time to order it because the printing is not completely over. I got this printed just for the release. So please wait for another week or so. The students who cleared are getting this book, and there are a few other gifts that I'm planning, which will be a surprise. When you get that surprise, you can announce it. I don't want to tell anybody anything right now. Okay, so all the people in YouTube, I wish you would also very soon come up to this platform, my channel, and speak to us. So Reshma, can you please take over and let us invite our dear, dear students who are waiting to speak to us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Without you, we would have been lost in the ocean of literature. You have just motivated us. And I know all the people here in the meeting as well as in YouTube are highly motivated and they are all ready to embark on a journey to pursue their goals and attain it. Thank you so much, ma'am. And now the moment of the stars. So we are calling out a few names who are ready to share their stories, share their study tips with all of us. First, I would like to welcome Sandeep. Sandeep has received both NET and JRF, passed with both NET and JRF, and he is one of our stars. Please, Sandeep, are you here?
Yes, Reshma.
Yeah, handing over to you.
Thank you, ma'am, first of all, and thank you, Smita, ma'am. Thank you, Reshma. Actually, I was about to cry when I was listening to Smita ma'am's lecture. Actually, those all the things she discussed, it was true for me also. And as far as my struggle is concerned, actually, I did my MA long back, and that was for IGNOU, and it was in 2013. And after that I was working in a school, and in 5th May 2020 I got an accident and I almost lost my vision. I could not even differentiate between light and darkness. It took me it took the doctors for 7 months to revive my vision to some extent. Still I'm not completely well, and then I was devastated. I used to confine myself within this room. Then I thought, okay, let me do something. And at the time, actually they forced me to get transfer from my previous school, and they stopped my salary. And they stopped my salary the moment when I needed the money the most. The expenditure to get back my visa was so much, and I did not have any money. And that time, all the world was shut for me. Then suddenly there was this lockdown, and then I thought, okay, maybe always there is some uses in adversity, as we have read in As You Like It. So I thought, okay, let me go back to my study again. Then somehow I came across one of the lecture of Kalani ma'am. Then I joined her course, and you know already that from that day my life has changed. Actually, let me tell you the truth. I started my preparation from December 2020, and before that, even in November 2020, I had no idea what is there in net syllabus actually. And now you see, I have this GRS certificate with me. And now tell me about my strategy, my plan, everything. I did not get the GRF. Actually, Kalani ma'am has brought the GRF for me. Let me tell you some different things. People can ask, okay, when you have qualified net, what book do you follow? I have so many books, but to be honest, I have not read all those books at that time. Now, after qualifying the examination, I have started reading those books. I thought, okay, when I have come in contact with such an experienced teacher who can make me fall in love of literature again and again, and when she has been studying all these books for last 20-25 years, why should I bother myself about reading and waste my time? So I can take the benefit of her reading. So I started from there. I literally followed blindly Kalani ma'am. And from where I started, from these encyclopedias, and you can see how I mark the each and every pages. I know exactly what is there written in each and every chapter. I literally, marked up everything. And they are not the only books I have read. My original study material were my notebooks, when I used to write listening Kalani ma'am's lecture. Each and every word she spoke in her lectures, in our everyday 7 classes, in her YouTube videos, in Udemy classes. I have written almost each and everything, because when I listen to ma'am's lecture, chances are there I might forget them within 4 and 5 days. But when I have taken the notes of her lectures, then I can revise them whenever I like. And that thing particularly helped me a lot. I have a separate book from British literature, different notebook from British literature, American literature, Australian literature, linguistics, research methodology, most of us cultural studies. There is only this book available for cultural studies, and whoever has bought this book, we know that this book, it helps, but not that much. But if you come across even the free lecture of Scholarly Ma'am available online, we don't need anything else. And now tell me the true story where Kalani ma'am helped me most. I actually took Kalani ma'am as my opponent. Do you know why? Kalyani ma'am works like, I mean, no human can work like this. And I used to take her as my opponent. I used to tell myself, okay, what your teacher might have been doing now. I thought, okay, ma'am might have been teaching, or she might have been making materials for us, or she might have been reading something else. Then I thought, okay, then if your teacher can read at the time, why are you not reading then? Then I thought, okay, if our ma'am is studying now, I should study. And at an awkward time, like 2, 3, 4, 5 a.m. In the morning, then I thought sometimes, okay, maybe ma'am is sleeping or taking rest. Then I thought that, okay, this is the time for me when I can outrun my ma'am. I literally took ma'am. I mean, I never say these things to ma'am also. I literally took ma'am as my opponent. That if ma'am is studying, I will study. If ma'am is sleeping or taking rest, then I will study, definitely study, because it is the time when I can outrun ma'am. This thing, and for this 1 year, I hardly get out of this room. Yeah, my family members, they were COVID affected, but I did not even pay attention to them also. I was, maybe I was also COVID affected. I had high fever. You know what I used to do? I used to take a bucket of water and put my legs on them so that my body temperature does not go beyond 102 or 103 or 4 and 5. And I studied like this. I had some different other difficulties also, but I did not pay any attention. I One day I asked ma'am, that time I am studying so hard, but yet when I am solving previous year questions paper, I cannot get more than 30 or 35 questions confidently right. Then ma'am said, okay, you just go on studying, because if you study more, your guesswork will also be right. That particular thing went very good with me. And as far as paper one is concerned, actually, by the grace of God, I am good at arithmetic and data interpretation because I have MBA background. And luckily, when I got their model answer script, I saw that, okay, all the questions from mathematics, data interpretation, and computer, all the questions were right. And I don't know how I got 32 out of 50 questions. I mean, 32 correct. So my strategy for paper one is, okay, target 3-4 chapter and try to, I mean, do all the questions correct from them. If we can target 4 chapter, 4 into 5, 20 questions we can get right. And from the rest of 30, yeah, we are not going to leave them. We will definitely read them. From the rest 30 questions, we can easily get at least 12 or 15 questions out of 30. So that will definitely bring us 35, if not 35, 32, 33. They are a moderate score. So that was my strategy of paper one. And paper two, I read so many things that even before my exam, I used to say myself that, okay, maybe the question will be tough this time, and maybe I won't be able to answer most of the question. Then I thought, okay, if I cannot answer the questions, maybe so many other students will be there who won't be able to answer. And after my examination, I used to tell ma'am, maybe I will be able to bring a JRF for you. I was that much confident. And after the result, actually I wanted to enter that 99 percentile, because I know that people have been struggling for more than 3, 4, 5 years, and I had read only for 12 months. So their hard work, I want to outrun their hard work. Okay, they might be doing so much hard work, but I have to surpass them in my 10 months. Yeah, I worked that much hard. Kalani ma'am, she used to work like 15, 16, 17, 18 hours a day. I followed that particular routine. I used to be a lazy man. And I got a family in my everyday at 7, everyday at 8 courses. We were in a very good relationship. I got so many, my sisters, my didi, and my friends, my colleague, like Koel, Ankita from West Bengal. I didn't know them. I get familiar with them in classes. I got so many friends from Kerala nowadays, like Nisha Varghese, like Resma. She has become a very good friend of me. We used to crack jokes nowadays. On trivial, silly things. And my life has already changed. Last year, by this time, I was nowhere. And now I'm so confident. When I was listening to Smita ma'am, I said, okay, if someone can reach at that position in 5 years, why can't I? And I will request, ma'am, please, we have qualified, but don't leave our hand. Please, we need you.
Sandeep,
Please don't leave our
Sandeep,
hand.
Sandeep, you've got a new opponent. I can see that. Smita, you are his new opponent.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sandeep. We have spoken for every one of us here, and you have overstated a lot of things. You have got me crying. Thank you so much.
No.
I have only great admiration for you and your hard work and your method. I hope everybody will compete with me and try to outrun me. It will be my greatest blessing if all of you can somehow outrun me, work more than me. From today onwards, I'm going to work 20 hours a day if possible.
Actually, you are making our competition tough. You know, this woman, she's our mother, she's our elder sister, she's our friend, she's our teacher, she's our everything. Our world revolves around her, actually. Okay.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Sandeep.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Once.
Reshma, who will we call next?
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you, Sandeep. Thank you so much. I was so confident to put him at the first place. I was sure he was going to inspire us, and he has definitely done that. So next, I'm calling Sona Anasibi. Are you here, Sona? If so, you can switch on your video and audio.
Hello. So
Hi.
I was really overwhelmed listening to Sandeep. Kudos to him, really. And kudos to everyone who's passed NET and JRF. I'm really excited to finally talk to ma'am. I really couldn't have pulled this off without you, ma'am. I think 70% of my preparation was all because of your YouTube videos, was free resources. I really can't thank you enough. And I don't know if you remember, but I did some captions for your videos, few of your videos. And while I was doing it, I had to go back to Google and search the right spelling of each author and their works. So ma'am has always emphasized the importance of research. She's always said research is research. So while I was searching on Google to find the right spelling of each author and each works, I also I went in and looked the other works written by the author, the important the background of the works, if it has won any other prizes. So I researched on my own while doing the captioning, so that really helped me. Then my tip would be that don't just stick on to one method of studying. Variety is the spice of life, so just follow variety of methods. Listen to documentaries. There are several documentaries available in YouTube about Jane Austen, Shakespeare, every important author and works. And then you can also listen to podcasts available in BBC. It's called In Our Time, and you can watch Netflix movies as well. Then there are abridged versions of important classical works available in YouTube for free. I don't know what the channel's name. Learning English through short stories. I think that's the name of the channel, and you will get abridged versions of the novels, like for 1 hour or half an hour. That's only what it takes to listen to these stories. And all these techniques has really helped me, apart from Kalyani ma'am's videos. And I also did a rapid fire quizzes of Kalyani ma'am. That has also helped me really well. So while you're doing quizzes, you should not only just focus on the right answer. You should also look up the other options, the wrong options as well. What is its relevance? If that has, if those are any important works, you should also do that. These are my tips, and Thank you, Kalyani ma'am. Okay.
Thank you so much, Sona. Thank you so much. I'm sure I have also done many of the things that you have done when I was a student, and I still do many of these things. I still watch YouTube, summaries and all that. It's interesting. It helps me to refresh my memory. Guys, please follow what Sona is saying. They're all very valuable. Thank you, Sona. Reshma, next.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Sona. They were wonderful tips. Now I welcome Chitra Chaudhary. Chitra, are you there? Yes. Over to Chitra.
Hello, good evening to everyone present here. I'm glad to be the part of this meeting, and I'm really overwhelmed by everything that speakers before me have said, especially Smita ma'am and Sandeep sir. I agree with everything that they have said, and it truly applies to Kalyani Valath ma'am. And I'd like to convey my congratulations to all my fellow winners who have qualified this exam with flying colors, and the organizers too, like especially Reshma. You guys do really wonderful job, and I feel I'm blessed to see that a teacher like Kalyani ma'am is always there to guide students like us. When I decided to fill my first form for UGC NET in August, I felt that I am not very well prepared. But then I made a decision that I'll follow whatever Kalyani ma'am says, and I did that. And I'm happy to say that I think I made a right decision on that crucial time. And as Sona said, I think whatever she said, apart from following standard books and YouTube lectures, and we should focus on something different also. Like we can listen to audiobooks, and like Sona said, we can watch documentaries and movie based on classics, important classics. These are the few things that every student don't do, and that can make one student different from many other students. And I think this is what makes some difference. And that is all I'd like to say about paper 2. And apart from Kalyani Valath ma'am's videos, there are books. Her books are available. She has she has written many books that I think are very helpful. And students can find her videos on multiple platforms like YouTube, Unacademy special, really YouTube free classes and Academy special classes has helped me a lot. And I think for paper 1, I would agree with what Sandeep sir has said. And I think KVS Madan book is good for paper 1. And apart from that, I think Kumar Valath sir's video worked for me. And at the end, to all the students preparing for exam like NET and GATE, I would only say keep working hard. You are very close to your goal, and ma'am is always there with her blessings, with her videos, and with her multiple books to help with everything that we need. Thank you, ma'am, for existing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chitra. Guys, as Chitra was saying, you should focus on paper 1 also, like all of them were saying. As you know, consistent work will help you with it. Reshma?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Chitra. Now I welcome Ranjana Sinhas. Hi, Ranjana. Over to you.
Hi, thank you, Reshma. And a very warm good evening, Kalyani ma'am, Dr. Smita, and to all those who are listening to me on YouTube. First of all, Kalyani ma'am, I want to really thank you from the bottom of my heart for giving us this platform, because you've made us feel special and you've recognized our success, and that is really, really important to us. So thank you so much. And of course, you've been a part of my journey for the past 1.5 to 2 years, I would say. And I was a regular, on your YouTube lecture. And so much so that my college going daughter, started saying ayo, and she still says that now. And, I was so much inspired by you. You worked relentlessly, for more than 10 hours a day. And we would see you at around 10 at night, and still, full of energy and vivacity. And definitely, ma'am, that energy rubbed on to us. And I used to feel so motivated. And, towards the end of my preparation, I did, I started, at least I used to study for around 10 hours a day. And I used to think of you, okay, if you can do it, so can I. And my journey actually, ma'am, is unique because I'm in my 40s and I scored 99.89 and 879. And unfortunately, I missed out on my JRF because of my age. And I'm a teacher. And, I'd reached a plateau in my, school teaching. And I realized during lockdown that I had to do something for myself. I had to make myself feel proud. And so I began my journey during lockdown. And I joined some tutorials. I made my own notes. And it was after that I came across your lectures. And I used to listen to them, on a regular basis. I was literally hooked on to them. And your lectures actually helped me fill in the gaps in my preparation. And, initially when I began listening to you, I used to feel so low. I used to feel so depressed. I know that, the others would answer your questions and I was unable to. But slowly, I started filling up the gaps in my notes. And, towards the end, when you finally took that 1 month crash course, ma'am, trust me, I could answer most of the questions and I used to feel so confident. And, initially when I had started it, I felt that all the odds were against me because I was competing against those who were almost half my age and, who had better retention, who had better memory power, who had notes, and I did not have even a single book. And trust me, now I've started reading books. I read entirely from YouTube, from tutorials, from Wikipedia, from all sources that I could get my hands on, but I did not read a single book. And I knew there was no second chance for me because I had given myself just one chance. And I knew, I wanted, to pursue my PhD so desperately, and I wanted it so bad. So I think that is what I would advise others, just feel motivated, just think positively, think that you can do it. And, that's what I did. And secondly, I would like to tell them that I prepared from varied sources. I read summaries, I, did quizzes on net. I, worked I solved, papers for about, last 18 years papers I solved almost. And I especially focused on the recent years papers because net, obviously, they repeat the questions in various forms. They ask the book, next year maybe they'll ask about the author. So it's important that you focus on the papers as well. And the quizzes everywhere, net also helped. And that's it, ma'am. I think, for paper one, I basically prepared. My paper one was not very strong, though I did try, to work on maths and all and make it stronger. But of course, during my exam, I messed it up, So what the tip that I would give others is that, you should balance your preparation. And, because if you mess up your one paper, then you have the other paper to fall back upon. And I scored only 32 out of 50 in one paper, in paper one. But I was pretty confident that I had done well in the other paper. So that is how I could score very well. So just be confident and just trust yourself. That is what I would tell you. And half the battle, of course, is won in your mind. Just be motivated always and work on your key areas: British literature, literary theory, criticism, culture studies, world literature. I think those are the key areas that I focused on actually. The others are smaller units, and I did them much later. So that was my preparation strategy, and of course revision. I set aside a time for revision every day. I mean, I would not let a topic, go unrevised for more than a week. I would come back to it. So because I felt that, I was somehow, because my memory, of course, was failing me, I thought, and I would come back regularly to it. So that helped a lot. And as ma'am says, there's no shortcut to success, revise and and thank you, ma'am. You've been an important part of my journey, at least. That is why I thank you from the bottom of my heart that I could fulfill my dream, my desire to do my PhD. And I think I'll need you as a guide always, to even guide me further in research areas and, when I write my papers further. And
Ma'am, you're muted now. Ranjana, ma'am.
And of course, Dr. Smita has been, her speech has been, really motivating. And I feel, even at this age, I can still go further. So thank you, ma'am, once again.
Every single thing that all of you say is so much wonderful and insightful. 2 takeaways for our students from Ranjana's talk is that we should give importance, even Sandeep said that, we should give importance to 4 or 5 areas. Whatever they ask from those areas, you should be able to answer. Like he said about paper 1, even about paper 2, it is true. Take, for example, Victorian period or Romantic period, like that 4 or 5 areas. Whatever they ask from those areas, you should know. Like that, if you study, then you will score better. And revision, like Ranjana was saying, is very, very important. And like I always say, "Main hu na," in whatever way I can, I'm there to help. Yeah. So Reshma, thank you so much, Ranjana. Reshma, next person.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Ranjana, ma'am. You have showed us that we should never let that fire blow away. We should have that fire in us. So now
Ranjana was speaking as if she is that old. You should not do that. It makes me feel like a grandmother. That's not fair.
True, ma'am. She has so much in front of her. She can achieve many things. Yeah.
I feel like 20-year-old, and here is Ranjana, who is way younger than me, coming and saying she's old. That's not fair.
No, ma'am, I don't feel old at all. That's why, I took up this journey.
Yeah, that's good.
Age is anyway a number. It's just a number. We are as young as 20 years with a lot more years of experience. So don't worry about that.
Yes, Reshma.
Yes, ma'am. Now I invite Suchita Joshi. Are you here, Suchita?
Yes.
Yes.
Hello. A very good evening to all of you and Kalyani ma'am. A warm hello from me. So nice to see you in person. This is again like dream coming true. And all these wonderful speakers. I think everyone is sharing one dimension of preparation. Even I would be able to add one more to it. There is a 15 years gap between my finishing my MPhil and my clearing UGC NET. Yes, it is a story of forgotten dreams. I finished my MPhil, and then maybe in those days I thought that it is too tough for me, or maybe I would the amount of hard work or practice or time it would require, maybe I would not be able to give that. This pandemic and maybe the right kind of motivation that I had around me, that I rekindled this dream of taking up NET again. I have given many attempts of NET, but I would be able to tell you that, I took 3 serious attempts at it. In both my previous attempts, I missed the mark by a very narrow margin. And I do remember having a word with you through message and all these things, that ma'am, I feel that somehow I'm there but I'm not there. And you had suggested this, that the syllabus is so extensive, you need a context, you need an association, and if you have that association in mind, maybe you will not forget that. Okay, so I would focus on two things, because the rest of you have, beautifully expressed how you started off and what were the preparation. I would talk about two important things, which I think, I messed up. Like, first thing is the
Hello, Chitra.
Oh, just when she was saying the first thing.
Yes. I think we can call the next person. When Suchita joins, we can have her back.
Yeah.
So next we have Simran. Simran, can you join now?
Yeah, sure. Good evening, Kalyani ma'am. Good evening, Smita ma'am. And congratulations to all my friends here. This was my first attempt at UGC NET. And so I got a very good score. And I would like to share a few of the tips. One of the few things that I did was I analyzed the question paper. There are around 40 to 50 questions that are asked from British history. So I analyzed that from 19th and 20th century, mostly 15 to 20 questions are asked. And then from the entire British history, 40 to 50 questions. And from other units like research methodology, every year 5 questions are asked. From Indian, there are 3 to 4 questions. From Indian history, and then there is English in India, from which there are 3 to 4 questions. So I used to give a lot of mock tests. Ma'am had a program called Intensive Revision. There were 100 quizzes. Each had around 50 questions. So I remember I used to give those tests twice or thrice in order to get the first rank. So there was an option that we could give that test again and again. And it was a very interesting test. It was like a game. There were memes, there were music. So that was very interesting. And I remember that we used to have 3 a.m. chats with ma'am on Telegram. So that used to be very interesting. So we got to know that ma'am was also studying with us. So that really kept us very motivated at that time. And one strategy that I used during the exam was I started off with paper 2. So I started off with paper 2. I took around 30 minutes to tick mark all the questions that I was very sure of. Then I went to paper 1. I took around 1.5 hours to solve that paper, because paper 1 this year was very lengthy. So after solving paper 1, when I was satisfied with it, then I moved on to paper 2. Then I took a lot of time to think about questions that I was not very sure of. So that was my strategy. And for paper 2, I could solve 72 questions. So that's with it. So at the end, I would really thank ma'am. I was very grateful to you, because it was my first attempt and I was not expecting this score. Thank you, ma'am.
Congratulations. That's so wonderful to know. Yes. So the main thing that we get from your talk, Simran, is that you benefited from continuous practice, from analyzing the question paper, and also the quiz program, online quiz program you did with us. So continuous practice is very, very essential. As I myself know, I hope everybody remembers that. Reshma? Thank you, Simran.
Thank you, Simran. Now I welcome Lakshmi. Lakshmi KS. Are you here, Lakshmi?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, over.
Good evening, ma'am, and good evening, everybody. So it was way back in 2008 when I finished my MA second sem and joined Kalyani ma'am's class at Vallad 3 years in Pattam. So I joined the classes, but fortunately or unfortunately, I got into bank, and at present I work as a manager and I'm stationed at Kolkata. everybody used to ask me, my colleagues, why are you preparing for NET? My answer is, it is out of sheer passion for literature and because of my Kalyani ma'am. All these years, I got transferred to different stations, but I attended ma'am's online classes and I identified many things. I correlated banking and literature, and I identified that I can never leave literature in my life. And even if I change my career or not, I will be a lifelong student of Kalyani ma'am. That is what I have decided, because I was one of the favorite students of Kalyani ma'am when I was in Wallace TS Patam way back in 2008. And I want to continue that. I want to be with ma'am, and Kalyani ma'am inspired me in all my walks of life. Her motivation speech, she told us to be warriors. And I have to address all those working mothers who are preparing for NET. If I can do it, you also can do it. Like what Kalyani ma'am has told, each one of us are warriors in our life and also in our preparation for NET. And regarding my preparation strategy, my working hours are till like 7:30. I used to come back home and I prepared chart papers, not the board charts, the very thick board charts. I used to point out age by age, point wise, I'll put the points because I can revise it easily. So whenever I want to revise, I will take out that board charts. I'll just go through it, just revise. And after that, I'll take a break and then I will go on to the next age. Read out Kalyani ma'am's notes and encyclopedias. I brought all the materials of Kalyani ma'am. And my study materials are Kalyani ma'am's books. And for the paper one, I followed Truman and Pearson. And whatever areas we have interest, like environmental studies, prepare well for those areas. Whatever you have interest, those sections you prepare well. And for the paper two, you can prepare notes as well as this board charts preparation is very easy, because if you prepare in the ordinary chart, if you are sticking on the wall, it will be a tedious job. Whole walls will be filled up. If it is thick board charts, you can take out the charts as a flip card and you can revise it very well. And whatnot, ma'am's motivating speeches always boosted my spirits, and I did well this time. All these years I postponed. For these 10 years I postponed, and this time I did it well, ma'am. With your blessings and your inspirative speeches, I did it. And I have a small fan of you, ma'am, with you. She also used to attend with me the online classes, and her dream is to meet you. When we reach Kerala, she wants to meet you. That's it, ma'am. Thank
Hello,
you so
sweetheart. I'm so happy to listen to all this and see your little daughter. Wonderful. Grow up to be as strong and smart as your mother. I'm sure you're smarter already.
Thank you, ma'am.
Love you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. We will meet, ma'am.
Yes. Yes, thank you.
And one thing, ma'am, in those classes, in those offline classes, in each Sunday, I will think, what Kalyani ma'am will wear today? That color should be my dress. Today we match again, same piece.
Exactly. You talk about offline classes. After 2 years, we are again starting offline classes. I'm so excited. On April 10th, we are starting with a few students, limited seats only because of Corona. But Smita, Lakshmi, you remember how it was? It was.
Yeah, it's very interesting, ma'am. We had a great time. And I'm really blessed, ma'am. I will be your lifelong student.
And I will be your lifelong friend.
We will continue our learning process together.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
you so much, Lakshmi.
Thank you.
Thank you. Reshma?
Yes. Thank you, Lakshmi. Now, Suchita has joined back. Suchita, are you there?
Yes, I'm there. I'm very sorry for the interruption. I don't know where I had lost it. I didn't even realize. Okay. So
we know. You were going to say the first thing and then you were off.
Oh my God. Okay. So yes, as I told you, there all of wonderful speakers are adding a lot many dimensions. I just want to tell about two simple small things that helped me here in cracking this exam after these many years. First of all, our own estimation of our preparation, the organization in our studies. So every time when I used to, miss the mark, initial days I would be whiny or negative a little bit that this exam is unfair. The examination structure is so unpredictable. How can one learn these many writers? But maybe just after 10 or 15 days, I would start realizing my own shortcomings. That if this many people could crack it by reading, that was the first thing that, at times we need a cold shower honesty with ourselves, that if we miss the mark, maybe the problem might be with our preparation. When I look back, I realize my preparation agenda was very naive. I mean, depending on one or two graduation books of history, and then realizing that, oh, NTA these days, okay, this exam is for me it is sounded stranger and stranger, because every time when I appear for exam, I would come across at least 15-20 authors name that I might never have come across, right? So that used to instill a lot of anxiety in me, especially during the test, that, oh my god, I do not know this person's name, how would I pass this? Second thing I really worked on, and maybe it was ma'am's contagious enthusiasm, constant motivation, that I thought that no, I need to hold ground here. I told myself while appearing for this test that until I see 20 consecutive questions that I don't have any idea about, I'll not panic. If you look at the test center conditions, at times something or the other goes off, right? Even in this final attempt, my computer, my system conged off for almost 3 minutes. But it was maybe this what you can say that, I had prepared myself for the worst, that even if it goes off, I'm very sure I would be able to manage this. One more thing I want to say, that I think I have learned it from ma'am, is that at times you need to have a lot of presence of mind and logical judgment to get answers right. Frequently, I realized that after coming out of examination hall, I would realize, oh, I already knew this. I couldn't attempt this. Why? And there would be a lot of self-loathing and all those things. I realized that maybe the presence of mind, the pressure that is created by this examination hall ambience, fine, it is not allowing me to think in a proper way. It is not allowing me to memorize or solve questions the way they are there. All those who are preparing for NET must be knowing that half of these questions depend on your good memory. Half of them demand your critical judgment, right? That you will have to make logical guesses. We'll have to identify even the placement of options. They give you very tricky, very confusing options, right? And when I would come out of examination hall, I would realize that, okay, this was manageable, but during the time of exam, I would not be able to do that. So my request to everyone is that if you become panic or anxious, you would not be able to utilize everything that you have learned. Also, NTA these days is giving you very analytical questions, like comprehension. The nature of comprehension has changed. The kind of poems they used to give has changed. They would definitely give you some weird questions. I would always wonder who would be able to answer this, right? So that was also there. So I think managing your exam well is equally important as to manage your preparation. I must give the complete credit to Kalyani ma'am that I was really very bad at chronology. I would not know how to remember years. I would not know how to. Okay. Yes. Thanks a lot. Yes. So, and I would stalk her rather in last 1 month of my preparation, that whatever she's telling, and very funny and amusing time management skills I had acquired, that I am taking lunch, my family is around, and her lecture is going on. Not only myself, but my family members are also listening to her, because that was the only time that I had. Yes, I'm doing a job, so almost 70% of my day would spend in doing work. One more thing I would wind up after that. One more thing I did is that I prepared very extensive note. You may say almost 4 to 5 diaries. I used to take down things whenever ma'am says, and after the lecture gets over, I would do extensive research on that. I would try to match those authors' names, events, some recurrent references. I'll try to look for some pattern in previous year's papers, and that way I'll make my other notes. In last 15 days of my exam, I stopped reading new stuff because the syllabus is like an ocean, and at times it gives you complex that you don't know this, you don't know that, right? And last 15 days I think was for retention, very good retention. I kept revising and revising and revising whatever I had learned, and I'm so happy to share that my paper one was not happy to share that it went pathetically, but it was my paper two's score that helped me get 99.78 percentile. A lot of revision took place in the form of revising all the theorists. Fine. Some portion from linguistics. And I think ma'am shared some of the information that I couldn't even find on the internet. Her research helped my preparation that way. There are some very, lesser known writers and critics, but the way she would give us questions before the beginning of every lecture, I would start working on that, and that way I prepared. Mere thank you would be too shallow, ma'am. This result and my crossing the bar, right? I owe it to you.
Thank you, Sujita. I remember very well the first telephone conversation we had, and you were very anxious, and I told you, I remember what I told you, and I prayerfully, I thought, may God help her to catch up. And you did tell me that there are so many authors in the exam that you have not even heard of. I'm so glad that I have heard you today as well. And I'm sure everybody in YouTube who is going through the same problems have got a lot of ideas from you. And thank you so much for sharing your experience in detail. Some very, very important things that all of them have said, Sujita also have said, are extremely valuable in preparation. Your presence of mind, as I keep telling you, many questions are easy, but only if you have presence of mind will you be able to answer and realize that it is easy. And such things, so many of you will benefit from. Thank you so much, Sujita. Reshma, we have already had 1.5 hours of discussions on this. The rest of the people who are coming to speak, will you please say something that is different? And say only those things that have not been discussed so far, and something new that you would like, so that everybody will benefit from it. Okay. Next person, Reshma.
Yes, now I invite Deepika. Deepika, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Yes. Happy evening, all. First of all, I cleared net with JRF. I scored 98.67 percentile. I owe my success to Kalyani ma'am. I literally followed ma'am everywhere. I was a student in an academy. I attended all her classes. I studied all her materials thoroughly. And in the test, Ankita was my competitor. So we both will be beating for the first rank in the test, and that helped me a lot. And in ma'am's one mark choose the best answer multiple MCQs tests, I benefited a lot from those questions. And I also did research on whatever the authors ma'am gave in every classes. Suppose if ma'am is telling work on dowry slashing, that immediate night I worked on and I studied only those researches, and all the materials which I studied and the classes which I attended. I also followed her in YouTube. Wherever ma'am was, I was there for the past 4 months. So that helped me crack net with JRF. And now I'm doing my PhD. I am a research scholar, and I'm also working on my own book. This was possible only because of ma'am. And for first paper, I followed Shiva sir in an academy. I followed his notes and I cracked. And one and only advice which I like to give everybody is, you have to think an answer. Don't just read the question and just click an answer. Just think for 1 minute and answer the question. The answer is there. Just take a pause. If even if you get stressed, take a break, take a deep breath, think twice, close your eyes, and then answer. Then I was many times low, but ma'am's motivational speeches had made me even reach higher. So ma'am was my biggest inspiration. I owe my success to her. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Deepika. I was just remembering the questions that we have made. Many of you were talking about the questions, Deepika also. I would just wanted to tell you, like Suchita was saying, you are not finding it online. The questions are good because of two reasons. One reason is the big research and development team that we have behind us, including Reshma and Sandeep, the first speaker. So many people are working day and night to make those questions. Second thing is, the questions are all taken from syllabi and from books. We always follow the books that are prescribed in university syllabi. We follow the books that people are studying in universities and prescribed for them, not just any website. That is why our questions are different, and you get those questions in the exam also. So you should also study like that. Follow the syllabi. We have a massive collection of syllabi from across India, which we are following. And that is why it is different. That is the strategy that we follow. Okay, Reshma?
Yes. Thank you, Deepika. Now I invite Sunita. Sunita, are you there?
Hello. Hello, ma'am. Hello, everybody. I'm Sunita Ramchandani, and I'm here to give you some tips. Like, first of all, thanks to ma'am, obviously, because this time I cleared just because of ma'am only. I attempted many times this exam, but I don't know how to crack it. My all friends suggested me this book, that book, and advised me how to attempt this exam, but nothing works. And I heard ma'am about, I just watching YouTubes and all, and then I instantly meet ma'am, Kalyani ma'am, and I joined the college lectureship course. And after that course, I attempted my NET exam, and I cleared it. Although my college exam is not so good because I'm in government job, but I'm satisfied that I know the knowledge of literature, how to clear, and next time I will clear college exam also, because ma'am didn't teach you just how to swim, and she teach you how to ride the waves. So you all just remember, just follow the syllabus, target your syllabus only, and always good book and great teacher you always need. Without good teacher, you can't ride the waves. So because I am also 39 years old, and because I cleared SLAT in 2013. So after that, I always giving exam, NET exam. In between, I just left it. नहीं होगा. NET is very impossible for me. ऐसे सोच के मैं नहीं देती थी. But then I just give government exams, RPSC exams, and I cleared that exam. And after that, I have a confidence that if I can do that, I can face RPSC. I can clear NET also. So I just started giving NET exam. But then I follow Kalyani ma'am's advices and suggestions. I heard her lectures, her books. Then it's really a great help. Kalyani ma'am, I just thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Sunita. I have seen you everywhere, not only in RPSC class, but YouTube and everywhere. Thank you so much. All the best. You've just begun. Hello.
She is also a student.
All blessings, all best wishes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, bye-bye. Bye. Reshma?
Yes. So we have heard from 9 of our students, And Pradeep is our last speaker, but he couldn't join us. So he has told me to tell you his regards to Kalyani ma'am. And also there are so many people who wanted to talk, but I'm so sorry, Prerna, Rajat, Paulami, Siddhi, they all wanted to talk. But we have almost reached.
Since Pradeep is not here, let us hear a few of them. Just one minute, no problem.
Yes, sure, ma'am.
Not long speeches, please, but just 1 or 2 minutes.
Yes, Prerna, are you here? I think Prerna is not here. So, Rajat, are you here, Rajat?
Yes, ma'am. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, yes. Go.
A very pleasant good evening to everyone, and especially to Kalyani ma'am. My name is Rajat, and I'm a visually impaired student from Karnataka. And I never thought that I would qualify with GRF in my first attempt. It only happened just because of your perseverance, your inspiration, and also your motivative teaching, ma'am. Some of the important points already my friends have mentioned. I would like to focus on just 3 issues. First one, the important thing that ma'am told me in the YouTube lectures was not concentrate on what are the answers for previous year's question papers, but search for what the other options mean and what they stand for and why they are relevant. So this was an important task for me, and I did it because I knew this will come handy in my examination. And thank God, almost 10 to 15 questions had like this, because there were options which were given in previous year's papers which were not answers, but they suited this year's question paper. So thank you, ma'am. And another thing is, ma'am, your question parts and your quizzes were the greatest resources for me, ma'am. Mainly because quizzes provided me both entertainment and also education. Because when I was bored up by reading too much of resources, then I went to quizzes. So it was a game, and also I could enjoy myself, and then I could also discover how much I have studied and where I am lagging. And other important thing, ma'am, your humanity is unmatchable, and it is about it. I actually talked to you before examination because I had a center issue, and you motivated me to take this difficulty as an opportunity in disguise. I did that, ma'am, and thankfully I got 99.95 percentile in my examination. And my suggestions for other aspirants is, first, please don't go for any one book. Because I was actually dissuaded by this kind of things for 2 years. They told me, go for only David Ages, go for that book. No.
Rajat, can you please speak closer to the mic? It is not clear what you're saying.
Yes, ma'am.
Sometimes it is clear, so keep your mouth close to the mic.
Yes, ma'am. Am I audible now, ma'am?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Don't go for only one book, because one book has a drop of knowledge, but go for more resources. And ma'am has inspired us to read originals. It was just because of ma'am I read Virginia Woolf, and also I read especially my favorite George Eliot, because I thought they are only important for net. But now I understand. As I am going to research now, and my topic is mainly focused on 19th century Victorian era and those kind of things. So I have realized the importance of studying deep. And another thing is, for paper one, you just make your own notes, because computer is always, for us, it is easy to understand, and data interpretation, you have to be very apt in mathematics. And your YouTube lectures in mathematics were very helpful also. And also, you just go for that book by Harpreet Kaur. I think it is the best in current publication, because it is from Oxford and she has updated all her syllabi. But
did you say Harpreet Kaur?
Yes, ma'am. Harpreet Kaur. She is the best in my opinion, because I scored 96 in paper one. So I followed her because she has updated her syllabi, especially in the new education policy, which is not available anywhere. So for paper two, in my opinion,
Rajat, it is not very clear what you're saying. I think I will just summarize what you said so that everybody can understand. What he said is, he studied the other options also, not only the answers, but previous question papers, etc. The other options. When he studied that, he got a lot of ideas. Then he benefited from the quizzes at Wallet's test. That means consistent practice with very good questions, important. Then he said he used many resources, not only one resource, read from many resources so that you get a lot of ideas and perspectives. Then he said you should research on your own, read the original, at least whatever books you can, you should read. Then he said in paper one, at least some areas you should be very good at, like data interpretation. Definitely you will get questions from there. So at least some areas that are very important, you should be very good at. He said you can follow Harpreet Kaur's Oxford publication. Oxford University Press Harpreet Kaur book is good, he said. Others have said other names also. So these are the main points from what he said. Because of his connection being not so good, I just want to go on to the next person. Thank you so much, Rajat.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations. Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Rajat. Now we have Paulami also. Paulami, would you like to speak?
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, good evening to all of you. To ma'am. Ma'am, thank you for being our friend, philosopher, and guide in the true sense of the term. Ma'am, actually, it was my first attempt, and I just by 0.5 percentile, I missed my JRF. But I want to learn more from you. That's why I don't think that this is very much unfortunate. Ma'am, there were many things in our syllabi about which I have least idea, or I may say I have no idea at all. But after hearing you at least for once, I think 99% of my doubts got cleared. The rest 1% is, of course, should be my own research. Ma'am, actually, I like the thing in you most. That is the fun factor. That is the idea of gamification, about which you have said in one of your 10 p.m. lives. Ma'am, actually, it breaks our monotony. The typical idea that we should mug up all the informations. Actually, this idea makes our journey through which we should reach our goal much more interesting than the goal itself, I think, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, I once heard one of your videos in YouTube in Unacademy special classes. And in this way, I just love your teaching. And after that, I just try to religiously follow you, hearing you again and again, reading some books. Recently, I got some books from your Bodhiti publication as my prize of Test 2Q Grand Finale. The books really are jewels. I would say all the people who have not cracked NET JRF this time, please read ma'am's books, ma'am, follow ma'am's classes, and for sure, failure is the pillar of success, and that's why if you have not cracked this time, you will crack the exam next time with more power. And your team, they are doing just brilliant works. Thank you, Reshma ma'am too, and thank you the test team too. And ma'am, you are just like an angel in this modern world. Thank you, ma'am, for all of that free services. Actually, ma'am, your 10 p.m. live, your free classes in Unacademy, your free videos in YouTube, they helped me a lot. And now the books, which I got after my exam, they are just like jewels, and I think they will help me in my next attempt to get the JRF too. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for being so brilliant teacher. And surely your name Kalyani is just seem like the meaning. I mean, it means abundance. It means blessing. It means blessing, and it's like so. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Pallavi. Guys, like all these people who spoke here have said, it is your work, your research, your interest, your consistency in preparation that matters. There are many books that we have, many classes we have, many courses, starting from 200 rupees or 100 rupees, 50 rupees books also. Some small courses which have amazing lots of questions, big courses, Whatever you want, we are there. If you don't want to spend even a single paisa, we have programs where we will pay you and give you gifts, like Test 2Q program. There are so many people who have come to Test 2Q, taken part in our quiz competition, and just got lots of gifts from us also. Otherwise, there are the free programs and free classes in YouTube. Please make use of whatever you want and have amazing careers like this, starting off in so many different ways. Smita, are you there? Thank you so much, everybody, including Smita. Thank you, Reshma. Thank you, Tess, Research and Development team. From my side, thank to each and every one of you who did hard work and made me proud. Now it is the time for a formal vote of thanks from one of our brilliant performers, I should say. She is there behind our test reading club. Reshma, please introduce Medhavi and call her to speak.
Yes, ma'am. One of our very interesting program is Test Reading Club. We have every Sunday at 2 p.m. our members read out original texts, plays, novels, poems, etc. And it has helped us a lot, helped many people. So our coordinator for Test Reading Club are Princey and Medhavi, and Medhavi is today here to deliver the word of thanks. I welcome Medhavi. Medhavi, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Go on.
I consider it a great privilege and the blessing of Almighty to be here to propose a vote of thanks on this red letter day in the history of TESS. First of all, let me take this opportunity to thank our honorable chief guest, Dr. Smita Singh. Ma'am, you are an inspiration to us, and I really hope that many of us will be budding scholars and research scholars like you are. Next, I would like to thank our revered teacher, the director of TESS, Dr. Kalyani ma'am, who not only helps us to pass the maze of literature, but also enjoy it. No words are enough to thank you, ma'am. A big thanks to all our shining stars who have shared their inspirational stories and have inspired us to take the same initiative. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank the great people behind this great institution who keep helping students in various different ways. One such initiative is Test Newsletter, which is a boon to all the literature students. I would also mention Test Reading Club, where literature enthusiasts and students read out classics every Sunday. Let me not forget to mention our Cultural Studies Forum, where experts are invited to speak on various topics at regular intervals. Last but not the least, a big thanks to all our YouTube viewers. This would not have been possible without your love and support. Your love is what keeps motivating us. Thank you, one and all. Thank you again.
So with that, we come to the end of this wonderful program. Thank you, everybody. And we will be back tomorrow with more questions and sessions at 10 p.m. as usual. I hope you're also following our everyday at 6. There is an amazing thing that many of you already know that we have not mentioned. I don't know if there is anybody who do not know about it. It is our newsletter. TESS newsletter is also doing wonders. We invite you, Dr. Smita, to please contribute useful information to our newsletter also. Reshma, we should get in touch with her. And people in YouTube, I hope you have been reading it. Otherwise, join our Telegram group. You will get all the free resources and every information there in our Telegram group. You can search for Walat's TESS public group. So thank you, everybody. Reshma, is there anything left? You can wind up the session.
Yes, ma'am. We have collected the names of all the NET JRF winners from the Google form you filled. I know there might be many people who are our students who have passed NET with JRF and all, who hadn't got a chance to connect with us. They might not have filled the Google form. But if you contact the office, we will definitely definitely add you to our group, and all the gifts would be given to you as well. So with that, I would like to say thank you, everyone. And this was a wonderful session. Wonderful to see you. Wonderful to hear your stories. And with ma'am, I'm sure all of you will be able to come up with flying colors in all your career decisions. And we need you, ma'am, with us for for the whole life, I would say, for all the English enthusiasts and literature students.
I will end the session with just one thing. Mahuna.
Yes.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Ending.